I just want to correct Scarlett on one statistic. One of my advisors has texted me, and he said that if you look at paedophilia on an individual basis, it breaks down roughly the way you described it, Scarlett, with the 85% of the white population in this country committing 85% of the crimes. But if you look at gang rapes of girls, which is actually what we're talking about, crime, yeah. It's 85% British Pakistani ethnic background. 85%.
But I do think that any sort of child sexual exploitation is wrong.
Have you read the excerpts of any of these cases?
No, I haven't.
Well, I highly recommend you do, because this is not just... paedophilia is horrendous. Rape is horrendous. This is torture of 11 to 13-year-old, or younger even, where they were gang raping them. Multiple men on little girls. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's not good enough just to have an inquiry. I reject the notion of an inquiry. I want a dedicated unit of the police force going out there without fear or favour and arresting everyone from social services, in councils, in their own police force, who turned a blind eye to this, because they are complicit. Some of these girls were traded in community centres. Did you know that? Traded in local councils.
No, Ben, yeah. I think what happened was absolutely appalling.
But we need to shine a light on it. It needs to be revealed. People need to be held to account.
We also want to try and keep it out of politics, right? What we want to do...
Everything is in politics, Scarlett.
No, Ben...
The only way this is being... The reason there's a light being shone on it is because of the political domain.
No, I mean, actually, this has gone on... I mean... The Rochdale prosecutions began 10 years ago, right? I mean, many, many men have been prosecuted. It's not that they've been allowed to go. What happened before? I'm
talking about those who allowed it to continue. Sure, the actual perpetrators have been prosecuted, but how is it that they got away with it for so long? We need an open and honest discussion about that, and those who turn a blind eye need to be arrested and held to account. They need to face the full force of the law.
They need to be held to account. They need to be held to account. But actually, what we need to now do is to stop it. And things...
Sure, but you can only look forward with confidence if those who've committed crimes in the past are held to account. I cannot travel confidently looking forward if they're not taking account of what happened behind me.
So what we need to do is that we had a really good investigation. We had a commission inquiry. It put up 20 recommendations, and none of them, even though it was cross-party, applauded when it happened, and nothing happened. And what we have to do is we have to make sure things happen. I think the police force have changed. I think there's absolutely no question. I know that the Department of Public Prosecutions have changed, and that...
Scarlett, we've still got a two-tier police force, a two-tier criminal justice system. We saw it with the marches, the Palestinian marches. We saw it after the Southport protests.
Ben,
the way Keir Starmer got up and he politicised those who were protesting the grotesque death of 3 girls in Southport. He politicised all of it. He said they're far right. He threw the absolute... what's the proverbial... I'm losing my expression for a moment. But he threw the book at them. And he directed the courts to...
And in 2011, when there were riots in 2011 and he was DPP, he threw the book at them, right? He throws the book at rioters.
He called them far right. And he called those who want an inquiry far right this morning. He did.
No, he did not.
He called them far right.
Well, let's get to the bottom of this then. Let's get to the bottom of what Keir Starmer actually said about far right, because that is the next topic of conversation. I do just want to say thank you as well, Ben, for bringing up that point, because too often when we talk about this disgusting behaviour that has been occurring, we always hear this statistic, oh, well, most child abusers are white, so why are you focusing on the ethnicity? Because this is a very different and specific type of disgusting, disgraceful, systematic, planned, organised type of behaviour that is all over the place in this country. It is not unique to the pocket 6 towns, I think it was, that were in one of the key reports that you just mentioned. It is all over the place. This has been happening for decades and still, in some places, continues to happen. It's a very different type of thing and it needs to be called out exactly for being that different type of thing.